Hello, everybody. I'm Dennrick, and welcome back to Cities Skylines Lion Ridge, where we are building the next great city, and I am excited for what we have in store today. Kind of a breakdown of the episode. I am going to go over a few things that I did in between episodes. Then we are going to work on some residential expansion. We're going to do a small oil industry that we've kind of planned a couple episodes ago, but I've done some work on that so we can start making that happen. Then we're going to do some additional residential build out, and keeping in mind that we're going to save a little bit of space in the one new residential area for the new DLC that drops this week. And we are gonna have some fun with that as well. I do not have access to that. I don't know anything about that yet until it releases. So we're gonna kind of guess on how much space we need for some of these buildings and maybe even leave a little bit extra, and then we'll kind of fill it in after. But let's first start out with some of the stuff that I've done in between episodes. One of those being we have placed a little bit more trees down, some more landscaping. We kind of were doing this in the end of the last episode. I went through and really wanted to place some more in some areas just to kind of know, like, hey, I don't currently have anything planned for these couple of strips here. So until we do, we want to just put some trees down and block some of the view while you're on the highway. I've also extended Dean Square a little bit, and we're going to fill that in with residential here in just a moment. And then I've built a few things for this oil drilling. I did do some land adjustment just because I was really playing around in between the episodes, and this was going to be a really big issue, and I want to get some oil industry going, although this is going to be a much smaller scale for now. Compared to our ore industry, I still want to get something going. And yeah, we probably wouldn't have came in here and done all kinds of adjustment to the land, but I took some liberty as it is a game, and just kind of flatten the terrain out a little bit, and have a little bit more of a gentler slope to it, with some flat sections down here to help us build. One of the things with this map, and I want to keep some of the terrain. That's why we're kind of keeping the terrain here, and even though that we've adjusted and smoothed out some of the terrain over here to help us build on, we are going to keep some of these amazing views that look over, like in this area, which is kind of going to be our first major downtown type feel, high-rise building area. We're going to have some great views looking out, not really touching the terrain down here. And in a future episode too, I think in the next episode, we are going to do some work down here for a park and kind of have, some wildlife stuff down here. So, or let me rephrase that, a more camping style park that kind of wraps around here, and you'll have lake access and things like that. So, keeping some of the terrain here, but also maximizing some of the areas that we know that we want to build on. This is a small area as it is, so we want to go ahead and take some liberty and make sure that we have some space to do what we want to do. All right, and then after we put in that oil industry, we're going to come over here, and I've created a new district called Pine Trace that's going to fill up almost this entire blank square here, and be almost identical to this in regards to our policies being self-sufficient residential buildings and organic and local produce. So keeping with that theme, that this area of the map is very focused on greener lifestyle, and not necessarily doing too much pollution or anything like that. Even though we aren't going as far as having car bans, we still have that self-sufficient buildings, the greener housing for people to live in. And this will be mixed use. So there is going to be, some office buildings that we put in here, kind of similar to this, but we're going to line the edge, line a couple of the edges with our high-rise type buildings, our medium density, and then we'll kind of trickle down as we come to this main road here. This is going to be, you know, more low end, and on the back side here, it's going to be more low end. So kind of mixing some stuff in here and there, maybe a couple of little blocks of high rises on this end as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started and just zone some residential down here in the Dean Square area. This is going to be kind of simple. We are going to greatly just blanket this almost with residential. I am going to leave 2 spots in there, and I had done some work in between the episodes of you know, laying out just a couple patches of commercial and some paths. I'm actually going to add another path right there, and I think we're also going to add one more path on this end, kind of in between the area here as well, making sure that we can, you know, have good walkability and some kind of shortcuts to kind of get, if they want to get up to this way for, you know, the bus network or whatever they can. So we will do that. Same thing here. We're going to zone and leave a walking path space right there. We are not going to do that down here. These are going to be some wacky kind of houses. So we'll let those kind of develop in, you know, some weird zoning here. We'll let that develop how it develops. But for the most part, the rest of this is just going to be straight residential. Oh, and I didn't talk about the other thing that I did. And we're going to kind of put in a path here too, I think. We'll leave some space right there. The road here will act as that pathway, getting you up to this path. And I think I'm fine with that. Let's sprinkle just a little bit more commercial in here. And then we'll just kind of fill the rest of this with housing and let it develop as it develops. And then right here will all be housing as well. And I think we're going to stop there. I don't want a house to build. Actually, I don't want a house to build in over here either. Probably going to be some weirdness with the terrain. This isn't the perfect terrain, but we're going to let that go and not really worry about it. I was debating on putting in like a little park in this section, you know, kind of giving people, you know, an actual park that we build in ourselves. I really haven't decided on that yet, though. The other thing that I did in between the episodes was, besides the trees, when I worked on this area down here, we extended this out. So this used to be a 2-lane road right here. We made that the 4-lane road, just a regular 4-lane road here. And then we turned that into an industrial 4-lane road, which comes down to a 2. We may end up changing this to a 2-lane too. I don't know. The other thing that I did is put in a highway, a 2-lane bidirectional highway that comes straight up over to here, hopefully allowing for some usage coming from here to where people will come down here, jump on that highway with higher speeds, and come down to our oil zone. So, you know, we'll kind of see how that goes and how that works. And then I just kind of blanketed that area with trees to hide the, you know, ugly highway here. And I think we, you know, for the most part, you're going to know that there's some traffic here, but I think that will, you know, hide some of that. And we put the sound barrier up too, really kind of making this a unique highway that was put in by the, you know, oil company. So we have zoned this area here. So that checks the first big check or objective off the list. Let's go ahead and start working on our oil industry. And I've really kind of debated on where I want to put this main building. And I think what I want to do is bring this building in over here, but off of a road that kind of comes down and maybe even connects these 2 roads together. So let's see if we can, you know, kind of come in and make something that looks somewhat decent. Probably not that road. Definitely should be an industrial road. And let's come back into our industry. Just see if we can play. Yeah, I think that is going to be perfect. So we've unlocked small oil pumps, oil sludge plants, and small crude oil tank farms. But yeah, I like that. You know, you kind of can come in off the highway. You can come in off this way, turn down, and get to that main oil building. I know there's not going to be power here. We'll just have to let these buildings not be happy with that for a while we build out this area. I'm not going to worry about running power lines right now. So let's kind of come and see what we want to do for our oil pumps, so our extractors. I think this area right here is going to be the, probably the best area for us right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with a dirt road and just really bring this straight down. I don't want to dead end this. So I think we're going to try and connect these two up. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm just going to bring this up a little bit as well. And then what I want to do, and let's check that one more time, is I want to come in about halfway here and just put a couple of roads. Oh, that ended up being perfect spacing. And we're going to kind of line our extractor buildings over here. And for the most part, that's where those are going to be. And then we'll kind of lay this out as we, after we lay some of the buildings to see what kind of sizes we're dealing with here. Now, these are, pretty small. Can I, oil pumps. So, we'll throw a couple of these down on the roads here, leaving a little bit of space in between them. So maybe we'll leave like 3 spots in between and just kind of rotate them. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we'll mimic this in that on this road. We will 1, 2, 3, kind of do that. And then we'll come in here and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, no, that would not be accurate. All right, so now placing these, this would come here. This one would come here. And then we would have one more right there, which I think we will do. Did I somehow... Man, yeah, we just have one extra in there, and I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and put in some pipes here. We will pipe all of these roads. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. And again, we're going to have some power issues. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that's all of the actual... Oh, no. I made a mistake. These should not be here. Yeah, I messed that up. I placed them on the wrong road. Yep. And then, yeah, I'm okay with that. So yeah, those are supposed to be on these dirt roads. That was my bad. I kind of want to run. I mean, it's not necessary, but I'm just gonna run a water pipe under there too, just because it makes it look better to me. So now we have those on this road, and then we are going to come in with an industrial road and create a storage area that kind of comes up to here. And I think we will come off this road and just dead end some space here. I think that was the wrong spacing. Should have been here. And let's get some storage in here. Oh, those are way bigger than what I thought they were. But that's okay. Yeah, this should be right there. And I guess we'll put one more. Don't necessarily know that we need it, but we'll put one more right here. And then let's just kind of come in and get rid of some of these trees here, because I don't want a bunch of trees around our oil storage. And let's see what kind of processing building we have. So we have the oil sludge plant. Let's see, that is 4,000 units per week. Let's see here. Where I guess we kind of line the road here with those. Maybe we'll put 4 of those in for right now and kind of keep that up that way as well. All right, let's think about how we're going to get power into this area. I think the most reasonable way would be to come in here. And just do that. It does look like we're going to need some more electricity production, so we'll have to look at that here in just a second. Let's get our pipes laid down for this area. And I'm not going to put in anything else there. I think we'll just kind of let that do what it needs to do. And, you know, this is kind of well, maybe this is even a little bit bigger than what I had originally planned. But I think that for the most part is what this is going to be for right now. We do have some work here. Actually, looking at this, it looks like we are just need to get our production up, and we will advance that pretty quickly to level 2. So we'll let that go. I don't think we have... Let me double check. We don't have any... Yeah, we don't have our workers barracks or anything like that. I think over in this area, we're going to lay out, you know, some workers barracks and, you know, really kind of make this feel like, hey, you know, people came into this area and this is an oil barrack. This is not fancy living. This is going to be very straightforward. This is what you get kind of living there. So let's go over here and start laying out our next residential area while that builds up a little bit. So I'm going to come in with some 2-lane roads with... Oh, do we want to do trees on the side here? Yeah, I think on this side we're going to do trees. And I'm kind of going to do something that I don't normally want to do, but we're going to have some major smaller roads in this area that kind of go through this whole section. And those will be them. And those are going to be our, you know, tree lined roads. And then we'll come in with some regular roads after that and just kind of make some decent looking areas. Like right here, we will come to about there. and then do some roads off of there. Leaving some space right there is fine. Kind of putting some, you know, some little patterns and things in here. I almost think that one of these should, well, maybe we'll connect both of these here. I don't want to connect any to that road. But I definitely want a connection to go in here. I may connect this here and upgrade this to a tree-lined road as well. Just to kind of give us some space, because this is going to be a high density zoning. Same thing here, high density, and high density kind of down here as well. Actually, we're going to save some space in here for our for the creator packs that are coming out this week. So let's see here what the middle of this would be. This would be 2080, so it would be 10. It would be like right there would be the middle. Nope, that's 960 and 1120. So it would be right there. 1000 and 1080. 1040 and 1040. Okay. Same thing here. This is going to be a major, you know, one of the roads that we don't want parking on. So we will put in an area here. I think for right now, these two squares, I'm not going to put anything in because I want to put some of our new buildings in as they release this week. So hopefully on the Friday episode, we'll be able to do that. So on the next episode, we'll be able to kind of go through and do some of that. But here is free game. We can zone as much as we want here. And we are going to do just that. Gonna stop that road right there for a second. Leaving a little bit of space in between here, which is going to be our goal. And then I think that's going to go all the way through. Debating on what I want to do here. I kind of feel like I want, maybe we'll come in here to our network multi-tool and we'll just create a parallel road here. I don't know, maybe like that right there. And we'll kind of bring these roads. Nope. Oops. Then we'll kind of bring these roads into here. And see, that creates a little bit of awkward zoning. Let me try that again. Maybe I don't want that full area. So again, parallel road tool. And let's come. Let's see here. I'm just going to do a smaller segment this time. Let's go to like 65 meters, which should give us enough space to bring these roads in. And what I'm going to do is put a fence right here. And we'll get rid of that too. Actually, I won't get rid of that. Yeah, I like that. I want to block zoning on this road to try and hopefully get some full zoning on this road. So let's put in a quick fence. I'm thinking fence-wise here. Did we use a fence on this? No, we didn't use a fence anywhere. I think I want to come in with an oil industry fence, maybe? My goal here is to just take out that zoning, which gives us some perfect zoning right here. And the same thing here. Let me take off. Let me keep angle. And maybe take off that zoning too. Just kind of double checking our zone. Everywhere else looks pretty good. I might put in a fence right here. Yeah, no, that's going to take away zoning that I don't want it to take away. And same thing here. I might be able to get a little bit of zone. Let's see. Yeah, here we may do it. Just to take off this zoning here. Kind of wish we got a few more spaces there, but that's okay. And then the same thing here. I'm going to put in small fence. Oh, no. Let's try that again. I want to get real close. Yeah, that's just not going to give us the full zoning that I want. But it will block zoning right there, which is exactly what I want to do. And then the same thing here. I'm going to come in and make a fence on this road. Because I don't want people walking up to this road. And our oil industry just upgraded. We will deal with that. We'll kind of circle back to that later. But one of the big things is, you know, we have some exits in things along this road. I don't want any zoning along this road. Or this road. So we'll just put some fences in here. I think the oil industry fence will look all right. Maybe it's a little too industrial, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe we could have went with ore, which is kind of what we lined this road. I knew we used a fence over here, but I think we'll mix it up a little bit. We'll mix it up just a little bit, and then let's come in and finish drawing out our road network. I have a feeling that we're gonna have some weird walking right here, but there's a fence there, so we won't really have that, right? And let's just pick a couple of these roads. We'll come in a little bit of longer blocks. There is just perfectly fine. I actually do want one more connection, and that is going to be there. So we'll have to come back in with that fence real quick. And just block out zoning there. And we'll block out our zoning there. And probably going to have one more area where we need a connection down here. Definitely need a connection up through here. And I think a connection right there as well. Again, these aren't supposed to be perfect blocks. That's not what I'm going for here. Although I'm not really going for a set design or anything. I just don't want this to feel perfect. We'll come in with move it right here and do fences. And we'll just extend that fence a little bit. But again, this is going to be, very grid-like. Yeah, we're having power issues. That is my bad. I was supposed to look at that and see if we can boost power. Oops. By doing this. So I'm just going to yank that all the way up and see what that leaves us. That should hopefully jump us into the green. I don't think it's going to. I think we are going to need another power plant. Yeah, we are going to need another power plant. So let's take a look and see, where did we put our power plants last time? So we do have the solar updraft tower now. The problem is this is such a big asset. Don't really know that I want to use it. It's very ugly too. The power output of that is enormous. So 2240. What is that? This puts 40 out and it cost us 560. Right, and we have 3 of those right now. So we have, yeah, I don't want to do that. I really don't. So I think we're gonna come in right over here and just throw down another geothermal plant for now. And I'm not opposed to doing solar. I just think that if we're gonna do that, we need to, lay out an area and make like an actual solar farm. And maybe that's a good episode idea. So drop it in the comments if you want to see us build a solar energy farm in the city. Now that is going to put us up significantly. So we're going to bring this back down, trying to stay right about that 120 area. And yeah, so that'll give us some future build. I think that will, that should be okay for us throughout this whole episode here. And let's put back on our guidelines. And again, just kind of coming in. Some of these are going to look, very, very block-like. But we're also going to do some things like that to make it look like, some parallel, that some roads run parallel to the existing road network, and then just kind of connect these up a little bit. I'm not really trying to maximize, density, density or anything like that at this point. It's really just creating what kind of looks, I don't want to say decent, because some of this does not look decent, but what looks right for the area. And I think this area would be very, they saw how this one was very symmetrical, and kind of went exactly the opposite here, and we created just an area that doesn't really match up. It does not look the same. Very, very different. And I think that would go over well here. I don't like that. I will keep that connection, but we're not going to do a connection there. And then for here, I want to come off this road, take off some of my guidelines. Yeah, there we go. Then put those all back on. And then we have this area. I think the logical thing here is going to be to like bring a road down here and just kind of connect this up in some areas. Not perfect for traffic, but you know, a necessity for a few areas. Like, oh, you know, we fit in some extra zoning here, and then we may leave a little bit of a space there because I do want some parks, and this might be the area that we put in a couple of parks, or maybe over here, you know, we'll kind of leave some emptiness there. And then let's come in with some water pipes, which we are also having some water issues. So let's increase our water consumption and see if that's gonna work for us. We may need to add some more water. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to add another. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna need another what is this called? Water pumping station. We are going to need another one. There is no getting out of that, and then we'll bring that back down, the budget back down. I think we can actually probably bring that down to 110% now. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get some zoning in here. And like I said, some of this is going to be very high density residential. And we're going to get a... I'm going to pause this because I do want to come in with some paths. I think here we'll get a block of commercial. And then the rest of that is going to be... Oh, actually... Let's see. All of that's going to be high. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. That might be too much. Or maybe this. No, I think that's all right. And then we'll come down here and we'll add a little bit in right here. Yeah, some of this is just going to be empty zoning. No. I think I want to keep to what we were originally doing. Yeah, we will keep this, but then we're going to do very, very little of it moving forward. And we'll have some commercial right here. Actually, these will not need to be zoned. Neither will those. And then the rest of this is just going to be low density. And we're just going to zone that all in real quick. I want to get a little bit of commercial in here too. We're going to take a couple of blocks right down on this end and just get a little bit of commercial in. Yeah, we'll make this low density residential. We're going to take that back. Really all of this. Here is going to be low density. And then we're going to come in with some low density commercial too. All right, so now while we got those zoned, let's come in here and make some paved paths. Actually, right here we said no paths, so I want to be mindful of that. But here, I think we are going to connect those. So we will connect those areas. And I think I want to do that right here too. Let me come in. We have some zoning right on that road. I want to take that zoning out before we let that build in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's okay. I am... No, because they can walk up over there, so I think we're good there. Can I put just a little teeny tiny path in right here? That doesn't really do what I want it to do. I could probably do this, though, and come in and just remove those 2 squares. Looks kind of silly. But what we can do is come in with surface painter and just place... Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. And one more time. No, that won't work. That looks really, really bad. Also, we play... Yeah, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah, I could do single and just get a little bit of... I don't know that that looks better. I don't think that looks better. That looks pretty awful. We're gonna leave that there though. And we'll put in a tree. We'll put in a couple of trees. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. And let's continue. We were putting in paths is what we were doing. Some of that's going to be hard to do. I mean, you know, they're going to be able to walk on all of these roads, but I feel like in some areas we want... Okay. To give a pathway. Yeah, and we left some areas for that. I thought we left some areas. You see, I mean, kind of know what I'm doing. Kind of. You know, kind of. And I use kind of in a very, yeah, we know what we're doing. I don't, you know, I know exactly what I'm doing. And then I think right here too, we can come in and just add a path. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, yeah, that would be okay because nothing's going to zone in there anyway. Kind of do, you know, a couple of these outs. Right, like that. Oh, we'll reserve these 2 spots. I'm not really going to do anything with those. But I do think I want a path that comes through and connects a few of these areas. So we will put those in there. Again, I'm going to save this. I think this may be logical for, you know, a small city park. So maybe we'll do that and then actually zone these. So just put in a little more zoning. We will make 3 more small commercial areas. And then this will all be residential. all throughout. Nope, not throughout there, but throughout here. And we'll put a little bit of commercial. Oh no, I made a mistake. I made a mistake, and it was a bad one. We did not put any office buildings. So let's take these two areas as office buildings. And let's take this area as offices. And there we go. We'll let that fill in. We started to let that fill in, and I had forgotten to do something that's very, very important. And that is zone or lay water pipes. So let's just do that real quick. And we almost forgot water. Probably gonna have some power issues too. But I'm gonna be honest and say I'm not, I don't really care. Is that bad of me to say that, you know, oh, I don't care if you folks have power. You don't need it. You should have you know, not moved into this neighborhood before the power connected and jumped. I mean, come on. Or maybe the correct thing for me to say is, oh yeah, I probably should have gave them power to begin with. Or did a little bit more careful zoning to where they didn't need to worry about power jumping. It just jumped. But you know, we live and we learn, right? And let's, I guess, just do this one here too. We'll add a second connection in right there. Same thing here. It will connect these two. And that will go over. And then we'll just add a connection right there as well. All right, so now they have water. And let's hope that we can get a power jump. To over here. I really don't want to do that manually. We may have to do that manually. What was zoned right here? Yeah, residential. We have no residential need. Well, do we have any of the natural disaster stuff? Hang on. Let that continue to build. Oh, those are some interesting office buildings considering the parking's in the back. We're not going to worry about that. It does look like that need is coming. All right, so we bridged power there. Now we're going to have power issues over here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let the game sim for a little bit and let these buildings fill in. And hopefully that solves all of our power issues. Although there's nothing that's going to zone in here. So real quick, let's do a park. Let's just pause so people don't get super angry with me. And we're going to build in an actual park area right here. And we will do a some park buildings in here. This is going to be a city park. So we will put in our main gate right over here. And we will put in some side gates right here, 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 and here. And then we'll just upgrade the paths that we had already made real quick. And we'll place down a couple of park buildings. We don't have a ton of buildings here for the park, so we're just going to kind of lay down some props here, and then as this park kind of expands and grows a little bit, we will add in some more buildings as it goes. Really, I'm just using this right now for a power connection. And it looks like our oil facility just upgraded again. But I think that will sort of bring us to our recap for what we've done today. We have some more buildings that are misbehaving. That's okay, though. I may just bridge this here by putting that in. And some of these other building, I'm not even going to worry about. We're just going to let that area develop. We don't have a ton of need right now, so as that develops in, we'll kind of go over there. So let's just kind of take a look and come around to a few of the areas that we've done. We've done some initial work for our oil industry. We've filled in Dean Square. We have built Pine Trace, and that will start filling in over this episode and next. I'm super happy with that. Actually, I'll probably let that fill in between episodes. And I may come in with some more commercial and industrial zoning in between episodes as well, just to get that set up and get things moving. I think our oil industry, as we expand that, we will definitely get some of that industrial demand down. And we are already getting residential zoning popping back up, so more residential demand, and we have plenty of space for that to happen. So definitely happy with that. But I think that will bring us to the end of the episode. Let's come over here and just get a glimpse of this area as it continues to build in. We have some fire going there. Probably not great, but we'll let it be. We will let it be. Anyway, folks, I'm Dennrick. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I look forward to looking at some new release stuff that comes out this week and the next episode, hopefully, as long as everything's okay mod-wise, because I am running several mods. As long as I don't run into any too many issues with that, we should have an episode release for Friday. And with some of the new content creator packs that are being released by Cities Skylines team and the community that created them. So I'm super happy for that. In the comments, drop below just something. Say hello. Tell me where you're from. Tell me, what you're liking about the video, what you liked about the episode. I'm out. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.